It feels really good to be training back here. Body's feeling pretty good, the best it has since my injury, so really happy about that. Happy to be back in Timbers Green too. I'm glad that they have this opportunity for me and that they've presented it to me, so it wouldn't be easy coming back anywhere else. This has been really, really helpful, and I'm really looking forward to the season.
Talk about your thought process as you went through the rehab and probably not sure what's going to happen. When did this come about and how?
Yeah, there are a lot of doubts going through my rehab the last year or two, I guess. It wasn't feeling great for a long time, and it's finally starting to feel better over the summer in 2014. So I was doing some training I went back up to Seattle for a little bit, trained with my college coaches and my old college team, because they invited me in just to get training. And it went well there, and so I trained with the USL team last year as well, just for a few weeks, getting back into it, getting back to the level of play that I should be at. And then I trained with after the MLS Timbers season last year, they had some guys still in for training, so I trained with them a little bit, and now I'm here.
When you're going into being on a USL team, obviously it's a little bit different than the Timbers first team, where the players kind of stay consistent. There's going to be movement through it within the organization. How, as a player, do you approach that when the team is changing a little bit?
For me, I just think about the things that I can do best, and I'm going to come with the same attitude that I came with when I was on the MLS Timbers. I'm going to come and try and get better every day and bring my team first and my team first attitude, I guess, and bring that same effort, because you're not going to get better unless you do that. So, and I'm trying to work back up to that level too, so I'm trying to be a good professional by doing that.
How about just going through the process of rebuilding fitness? What have been some of the hurdles?
Main hurdle, obviously, the knee issues, but the fitness, it's never fun to do, I guess, by yourself. I was doing a lot of running in the off season by myself this last few months, I guess the last 6 months probably, just staying fit and getting ready for this. So I was ready by the time this week came around and we started training. So that's just a personal motivator, I guess, because it's hard to motivate yourself sometimes, but if you've got a goal in mind, then you just think about that, and that's what's brought me here, I guess, and motivated me to get fit and stay fit.
Rehab, what have you been doing for the last year or so to keep yourself?
A lot of rehab. Like I said, I was up in Seattle for a little bit, for most of the summer actually, training and helping out with the college team up there a little bit. I helped them with their preseason, and I got to train with them, which was, I guess they helped me more than I helped them, so that was good. And then just staying busy trying to stay fit.
We've seen you sort of getting slotted into a couple different spots out there on the field in the couple of days that you guys have been training so far. What's your aim as far as claiming a spot on the pitch?
That's my aim number one, is to claim a spot on the pitch. I could care less where it is, and I've always been kind of an attack-minded player, but they're starting to see me as more of an outside back defensive player and as a winger a little bit too. So it's been fun learning that position. I feel like I've done well at times, and then struggle a little bit because I'm still learning it, I guess, a little bit. But it's been a lot of fun learning this new position. When I do well at it, it feels really good because I like progressing like that. So as long as I can get on the pitch, I'll go anywhere.
What is it? Some of the challenges of adjusting? Is it just learning to read the game differently? Or?
Yeah, it's reading the game differently, and because I've always been kind of attack-minded. Obviously, you defend anywhere on the pitch, but I've always been defending high up on the pitch. Whereas now if you're being an outside back, you've got basically the whole game in front of you, and you got to see all of it. And sometimes when it's on this side of the field, you might lose a guy on the back side of the field. It's just being aware of that. It's just being vigilant at all times, I guess. That's the main thing that I've taken from it so far as being a defender, is just being ready and aware of everything around you. Not that you don't need to be aware when you're an attacker as well, but if you mess up, then you're kind of done, and it's all your fault. Whereas a forward, you're not the last line of defense, and if you mess up, then maybe you can brush it off, but as a defender, there's no mistakes.
Have you found yourself having to put the brakes on and fight that urge to go forward?
At times, it's basically just learning. That's another thing I'm learning. It's just choosing the times when to go forward and when to stay back. If it's going up the left side, I'm obviously. If it's going up the left back, then I'm playing right back. I'll obviously have to stay in. But that's one of the things that you learn. You're trying to learn at every level is picking and choosing your moments when to go forward and when to take guys on. So, yeah, I'm definitely learning that now.
Mm-hmm.